Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 27th of April, and starting with a 4-hour chart here, we are in the same situation we are in with the S&P and the Nasdaq as well, in that I'm not quite sure if wave 4 is actually done and dusted here, because there's a good case for putting an impulse wave down through here. I can get it as a corrective wave, as an ABC, but it makes the little A wave in here, little B wave over here, and all long C wave down here, so it doesn't look that good. But at the same time, if this is an A wave down here and a B wave back up here and a C wave down here, then the market can't really go past that particular top here now, because I can count 5 waves, 3 waves up there at this point. So just moving to the 2-hour, I think, yeah. So, you know, as an A wave here, it just looks impulsive, and I can count it. Like I said, I could get an ABC out of this, but it would have to be an A wave here, a B wave over here somewhere, or to that one there, like an A wave here, B wave here, and all of that is a C wave. So it's kind of forcing it a little bit. So I was looking for 3 waves up here for the B wave, and then looking down for the C wave coming into play. But if we do make a new top above here, then we have to run with that. But at the same time, if we do move to the upside, then it's going to be something like, you know, coming back, finding support here somewhere, and then getting that first high above the level, and then kind of moving up like that. So really the trade itself, copy that, should be over here for that. I don't like to get people in just before a level as resistance, you know, because I know that they're going to probably end up holding that as a bit of a loss, and if they're trading CFDs, which is probably likely in this market, then those providers charge you interest, charged daily, so it's compounding interest, and it can build up to quite a lot. You don't notice it, but they're in there constantly clipping your ticket. You know, in most cases, you know, your loss is their win. So it's not really a good partnership to be in, really, with that. So you really need to know what you're doing. You need to play hardball. So yeah, just looking at this move here, I just want to explain that on the tick chart here. So a little bit messy, but we'll get through it. So we've been counting, I mean, we counted down here as 5 waves for wave A here. Like I said, I would have to swap 1 and 2 here for the A and the B wave here, and down for the C wave. I've seen it before, but you know, I have to go with the right look and feel and perspective. But to the upside here, if we were looking for an A wave down here and a B wave up here, would be looking for an ABC correction. So as we pointed out yesterday, we've got the A wave to here, the B wave to here, and then the C wave up here. Now the C wave is in 5 waves, so we can count this up here as 1, ABC for 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 the 3rd wave, the 4th wave here. Yeah, it overlaps here, and then we'd need to look at this as the 5th wave to the upside. But yeah, this moving down through here, I suppose you could count it. It counts better. I mean, when I look at it, it just feels more corrective rather than impulsive. You know, I can see certain parts of it. I can see well, you know, we'd have to look at this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for that. So this would leave this as the A wave, the B wave, and well, an A and a B and a C here. It just, there's no 3rd wave in here for this. Oh, I suppose you could get it. You could force it as down for 1 here, an A and a B and a C, back here for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, forcing it a little bit. Well, that's interesting. So let's just check this out here. So I guess what we could also say here too, that's the 50-60% retracement level, and it's on a nice large number here, the 750, because it's been snaking across here, hasn't it? But really just not really finding it as support yet. It hasn't given up. But if it finds support on top of this level, then, or even takes the highs out here, if it travels up here today, up here somewhere, then you know it's going to be bullish at that point, and then we would need to put this wave 4 in play here. So this C wave over here that we've got for wave 5 of C of B here, if this is a wave 4 here, then we need to call this wave 3 here, and then we would need to change some of this here as 1 and 2 here. But it's not counting very nicely as the third wave. It's got form, it's got shape, but doesn't really have the distance. So we just need to be, careful here. Knowing me would probably, making a mistake, would probably get one more high in here and then drop here. So that's really why we wanted to work with that 71 number as such. So I'm going to move that. I'm not going to go long in here for that. Just coming back to the 2-hour chart to look at this again here. So it's possible that we've got wave 4 sitting here, and the reason for that is because it has pulled down past the 38.2% retracement level. So it doesn't need to come down any further, but at the same time we can see that this trend here is looking very tired towards this point up here. And also too is that in the bullish weekly cycle, we would start to see Tuesday profit taking, Wednesday even more swings, and Thursday the bear day. So that could all happen in the days ahead here, So we just need to be a bit careful. But yeah, I guess in the bigger picture, we would want to see the 71 here as the support, and coming into that 71 is where it can fail. So that's where you need to be careful for that. Have a look at the banks. Combank hit 90 yesterday. Let's just go in and look at that on the tick chart. So that's going to react from that point. We've got 1, 2, and probably third wave in here, and fourth somewhere here, and fifth here. A bit dodgy, but it's there. So yeah, we're going to see a reaction from here. So we may see more of that correction come into play. I'm sure we're going to see it sort of trying to get up there again as well. But once again, this is a number that we would trade to and get out, and then wait for it to become support. Or if it pulled back, we may be able to recognize its corrective pattern and then move in on that as well. But as far as I'm concerned, is that you would trade to the large number and get out here. But I can see that there's more to go in this here. Let's just have a look at ANZ while we're here as well. So yeah, I think there's more upside here for this, up into the 30 here, which will take CBA high. And the reason for that is because this move here is in 3 waves. So it's corrective. So that means it will be taking out the top here. It's possible to put wave 4 over here, but because this counts up here quite nicely as wave 1, I've left it as wave 1. So we should just see, this will flicker around of course, but we should see it, head higher in all of this. So we'll just leave that. And the power's coming from the resource sector too, and iron ore is one of the shakers in this, in terms of, well, we've got our wave 3, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and we called the low in, and we're looking at calling wave 1 and 2 in, and I haven't really pulled wave 3 apart yet, but I can still see that it's got higher to go here, so it's not a problem. So this is the the time it's going to take for FMG and BHP and all those guys to click along here as well. So in this second wave to this third wave here, I still need to pull it apart. I still think that we've got a fair way to go with this. So we're going to see some sort of correction across here. I don't know if it's the the third wave at that point. Probably that would be over here, and this will be here. It'll be something like this. I'll check that apart, because from wave 2 to wave 3 here, I can see we got wave 1 and 2 in here. But I don't know if that's, I think that's just 1 and 2, and yeah, I'll need to check that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. We've still got time, but there will be some flickering at the old highs here, and the 1,200 here, of course, is the catalyst for that. I won't go straight to FMG and so on just yet. I'll just want to go and have a look at crude and copper. So this is crude here, so we've got wave 3 and A and a B and a C. Obviously this will affect BHP to a point. Yeah, so we've been looking, just, I haven't pulled it apart, but I've just been guessing that that's an A and a B and a C up here. So really, you know, we can go long above that high here, but of course we always use the closest largest number, so we'd want to get support on the 65. But also too, if that is the A, the B and the C here for wave B here, then we'll look for 5 waves down. So it does appear that we've got wave 1 down and wave 2's making a move, the rally here. How far that will go, I don't know and don't care, but we'll still look for wave 3. We're not interested in shorting this, and wave 4 and wave 5. So we'll be able to pick it up down here somewhere. We'll get that pretty much spot on. I'll tune into that when it comes, but we've got quite a few more days here. If this wave A here took this many days, well, then wave C could probably take the same as well. So we're a fair way off here yet for this, but it will impinge on, you know, the BHPs of the world. The next one is copper. So copper's moving along nicely. As I mentioned before, we had wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C. This was all corrective, so that means it would be taking out this top here. And of course, number 1 up here, in this case 10,000, 1 is the strongest number in the market. So we're likely to see a dance across here. Now, how this plays out could be a couple of ways. It may arrive here and then react from that point there in 3 waves, and then have the first high above the level and then an ABC pattern or something. Or it could just come to the 10,000, shoot up past it, and then come back down in that regard. So as a once we get to understand what's happening here in the first instance, then we'll understand what's happening further along here for this. Is it possible to put wave 3 in here and wave 4 here and wave 5 here? Yeah, it's possible to do that. But I'll just keep checking. This looks like it's a nice wave 3 here accelerating, so it may be a case for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, the third wave and the fourth and the fifth to go further up here. But, you know, if you're trading a copper stock, well then, you know, taking part profit anywhere from 10,000 upwards would be the right thing to do. But I'll pull that apart in due course. Just want to have a look at gold before we have a look at the stocks. So just with gold here, US spot gold. As you know, I've been waiting. We can count this move up from the low here as an A and a B and a C wave here. That would be the dangerous point. That's where it can fail and just continue down here. So I don't know that just yet, but we're looking for an ABC to come back in the box. Well, it's close enough. It's on the trend line, all those sort of things. It's sort of shaping up. But look, any move above this one here, above that wave B, removes any idea that this could be an A and a B and a C wave here. That would be removed, and then we can go to 1 and 2 here, and probably 1 and 2, or even maybe, but another, it doesn't matter, an impulse wave in some way. But moving past that wave B there is the catalyst to buy more gold stocks. And buy into gold here as well. There will be a bit more of a dance across the 18 here, because this is the arrival, the reaction in 3. We'll look for the first high above the level that can come to 10, 20 or 30 here in this space. So that's something that we need to look at. And then we'll look for an ABC pattern coming back in here and then pushing off again. Something like that. It may be a variation on that. But because we've reacted here, that means we can look for the first high above the level in this space, and then we'll see some sort of other corrective move come in and then further up at that point. So yeah, there's a lot to go on here. This one over here can go over to that second high here. Could probably even buy on the pullback here. You could probably, can you buy here? Well, this is where the risk is sitting, so that's the problem. Because if it's going to fail, it's going to fail under this box here. So that takes us into the top part of that. That just takes us to that price. So let me just check on that. Close enough. So yeah. So that's 1785. So if we find support on 1785, a classic trading levels pattern in here, you could go long at that point there as well. Could go on here, but you'd want to make sure you got a good classic. I'm going to remove that. It needs more explanation. Okay, let's just check out the stock. So I'm going to go to BHP in the US first. So it was up 1.35%. So that's in line with, this is 100 ticks for BHP here. Better put that, write it on here. So this is in New York desk. So this has got a better pattern than our local BHP. Our local BHP that's moved up here is yeah, it's pretty ugly. But I can see here from wave 4 here, we've got 1 and 2 here. We might be able to get 3, 4, and 5 here, but I'll probably look at this as 1 and 2 and further up here for that, and then back for 4 and then up for 5. So we can, looking at this here, be it bearish or bullish, we've still got further upside. Obviously, we've got this here as the 50-60% retracement level there somewhere, all around that 75. So yeah, we'll see how we'll get that wave 4 there. There will be a bit of, you know, we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So the 75 will be tested again, and that would be in line with struggling at the 50-60% retracement level there. I should just check that a bit better. That's okay, we're close enough. Anyway, looking quite bullish, in line with commodities, and our local BHP was up a little bit yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it's pulled back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. Is it going to get any uglier, that bigger and uglier? That's always been my thing. You know, are we going to put wave 4 over here? Is this just the A wave here? We've got some B wave over here that's, you know, now at the 50-60% retracement level here. And it's quite difficult to count this in here. So what we're looking for next really is support on 48. Now, there's a process for that. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then an ABC pattern here. So it looks like it wants to find support. It just doesn't have it yet. It looks like it's got wave 1 and 2 here. So we could see 3, 4, and 5 here, and then a check back here for this, something like this. I don't know. But the more time we can spend above 48, the better. I mean, this move down here can be counted as corrective. I know that it looks like 5 waves of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but this wave 4 coming up here overlaps wave 1. I've seen it before, and it's possible to do that, and that's what you get at large numbers, 48, a more important number. And yeah, so it could be counted as 5 waves, but technically looking at it and calling it for what it is an A wave here, an A, B, and C wave here for that. So it can be counted correct. But even if it is corrective, this can still be corrective, and this can be still happening here as well. And this is where it can fail from in this space. So let's just go into our tick chart. I mean, corrections, that's what they are. But see, what I wanted to point out here is that this move here, if we count that as corrective, then we could look at this as all of an impulse wave up here with an ABC correction here. So we could look at that as 1 and 2. So I'll just let's just label it. I could probably lift it up a level peg here too, but not that it matters. And this one here, B12, it's not finished yet, so we'll be looking at wave 3 up here for that, wave 4. So we've got time here, you know, we've got this. So we still need that leg, even though this is all quite tricky to understand in here, all this here. All I could ever understand from this was that we originally had a little 5-wave structure here, so we decided to go long here and put the stop under here, and we've taken part profit here, and some folks may have gotten out here, and that's okay too. So that's sort of where we are. Really, it's a little bit tricky to work it out. I can do it. I'll just need to ponder it and look at it this way and that way and so on. But I've had no need to, because I could see the commodities pushing up, you know. And now I can see this little bit of the structure, so that's helpful in that regard. If we look at Rio, sorry, mine's drifting. So with Rio here, I've just tried to put a bit of a count to it. I probably have to adjust it, so don't throw things at me. But from the low here, we're looking at 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the 3rd wave, back for the 4th wave, and we're going up for the 5th wave here as 1 and 2 here. We've got this little 3rd wave happening here. Then there'll be a 4th wave, and then there'll be a 5th wave. So we'll be further up here yet. So 128, 130 for this, for that little sequence anyway. You know, it's basically it's getting support on the 50-60% retracement level here at the 120. So it's telling me it's bullish, you know, so we'll end up taking this high out here for this. And then I'll rearrange all of this here as well. I'll lift them up a degree into blue and so on. But yeah, we've just been edging forward. So that's all good. And forward skewed as well. Forward skewed. It was up a lot yesterday, 4.8% roughly. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's doing all the right things, isn't it? Because we had counted up here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for blue wave 1 here. And then we were going into, well, really, we're going into the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd here. So, you know, we're going into the most powerful point of the structure. I could probably look at that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1 and back for 2 here for this as well. So I could put green wave 2 here. I'll just have to mull that over. But look, you know something, it doesn't really matter. We still need 4, 5 just for wave 3 here. So if you're looking for something to buy still, then this is the go. So, I mean, far as I can see is that we're going to be going up here somewhere. We're going to be going above this high here. It would be nice to sit on 23 here as support, because this could be counted as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. But the way that it's traveling, its personality is telling me that we've got a wave 3 in play rather than a wave C, because a wave C is kind of lazy. So we should just keep continuing to the upside here with all of this. So that's all good on that front. I'll just have a look at Newcrest, because we did start to look at it a little bit. It pulled down yesterday, so we'll kind of look, but it's still within its structure to the upside here for all of this. Yeah, no, that will push up again. So we can look at this as well. We could probably label this here. I wonder if where should we label it? I have to label it. Oops, wrong one. Be something like that. So what we're looking for here in Newcrest Mining, and other stocks would be the same, is that we'd be looking for 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. So we're in that 3rd to 4th here. This is probably, I can just go a little bit further here without having to go to the intraday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe the 3rd wave here. I'm just guessing now. 4th and 5th wave coming into play there. So we don't need that. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at with this, I'd say. Okay. So look, anyway, just sort of mulling this over a little bit, it's a reasonable time to buy NCM. It's a reasonable time to get FMG and Rio, because they've still got further to go to the upside. BHP is good to own as well. I mean, it'll be pulled down by crude oil a little bit, but once crude finishes that wave 4, just to in here, just, you know, once it finishes its wave 4 here, then you can load up more on the BHP side as well for that. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, so all looking quite good, but we still need gold to confirm though, so just be a little bit mindful of that as well. So just bringing up gold. Where is it? There. So we still need to see, you know, probably be best is to hang off on Newcrest a little bit. We just need some confirmation that we're going higher here now. That's all. Yeah, so anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Thanks.